Coming into the season, I was pretty sure Travis Kelce would play this year and next year, and then probably retire as he would take after his older brother being 2 years his senior, having just retired himself. He would match the career of his older brother, for whom he seems to have so much admiration, and then he would call it quits, call it a career. It would be a great career, a first ballot Hall of Fame career, the greatest to ever do it career. But as the season went on, I had growing trepidations that Travis Kelce was going to play just this season and no more. He seemed to have lost a step. He seems to not be able to fight through the double teams the way that he was. He seems to be, and I don't say this facetiously, and I don't say this under the portend that he does not have the right to do this, but he seems a bit distracted by off-the-field stuff, and who can blame him? But then we get this. In an article titled Travis Kelce Reflects on His Career and Says He's Not Done Yet, subtitled The Chiefs tight end said he still expects to be playing in 3 years from Arrowhead Pride by Rocky Magana, we get the following. But don't expect Kelce to hang up his fishing pole just yet. He says he still has a lot of football left in him. When he was asked where he sees himself in 3 years, he said he expects to be chasing his white whale across the deep blue sea of the gridiron. What that means? Where will I be in 3 years? Oh man, I don't know. Hopefully still playing football. I love doing this. I love coming into work every day. I just feel like I got a lot of good football left in me. But Father Time is undefeated, and at some point, Kelce knows his time will come to hang them up and walk away from the battlefield that etched his name in history. When that time comes, he is ready for the next chapter, whatever that looks like. I've been setting myself up for opportunities in my life, and that's always been the goal. Knowing that football only lasts for so long, you've got to find a way to get into another career, into another profession. I've been doing that in my off seasons. That is kind of what made me think he wasn't going to come back. But today is not the day that he walks away from the fight that has shaped him, from the pain that has hardened him and given him an unbreakable resolve. Today, he says that in 3 years, he plans to be chasing that next big fish. I plan on being a Kansas City Chief and playing football, end quote. Now, there are some arguments surrounding Travis Kelce, and I want to talk about why I think, and look, so putting up this argument is sort of giving credence to the opposite of the argument, right? If I thought it was all that ridiculous, I wouldn't make the video at all. But I think that enough people are making the argument that Kelce should retire, that it needs to be addressed. Mainly, the sort of argument from that side of things is that, well, the salary cap considerations. The NFL is a league where you get punished for paying a player that was instead of the player that is. Meaning, not like baseball, you can't reward a guy for what he has done. You have to reward the guy for what you think he will do. And if a player finds himself on the downward slope of a career, it is difficult to keep paying that player the top end money from his top end seasons. So there have been a lot of arguments that it would be best for the Chiefs if Kelce did retire to save the Chiefs that cap space. I am going to prove that wrong with just one slide here. Here are the top paid tight ends in the NFL on a per season basis. Travis Kelce is 36. He earns $17.125 million per year. For $17 million, you got 97 receptions, 823 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Next on the list is TJ Hawkinson from the Vikings, who I bet with the wide receivers that are on that team does not get double covered, does not get bracketed, does not get harangued at the rate that does Travis Kelce. TJ Hawkinson, $16.5 million, $625 million less per season than Travis Kelce, $600,000 less off the salary cap. He did not have 97 receptions, he had 41. He did not have 823 yards, he had 455. He did not have 3 touchdowns, he had 0. George Kittle is number 3, 32 years old, earning $15 million per year. Did not have 97 receptions, had 78. Did not have 823 yards, had 1,106. Okay, doesn't always beat Travis Kelce in that department. Did not have 3 touchdowns, had 8. Okay, I'll let it pass. George Kittle at this point in his career is a better value than Travis Kelce. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. Right now, George Kittle is a better value than Travis Kelce. Is he a better tight end? I don't know. Next on the list at 14.25, $3 million less than Travis Kelce. You don't get Dallas Goedert, you don't get 97 receptions, you get 42. You don't get 823 yards, you get 496. You don't get 3 touchdowns, you get 2. Is that worth 14.2? Next on the list, $14 million flat. Mark Andrews. We hear so much about Mark Andrews. The next hot tight end, Mark Andrews. We've heard about him for years now. He must be doing much better than Kelce. Mark Andrews for the cool price of $14 million, $3.125 million less than Travis Kelce. You don't get 97 receptions, you get 55. Mark Andrews is 6 years younger than Travis Kelce. You don't get 97 receptions, you get 55. You don't get 823 yards, you get 673. And it's true, you don't get 3 touchdowns, you get 11. But that is largely what plays are called in that area of the field. The Chiefs are struggling there, to be sure, but would you rather have 40 more receptions and 250 more yards? I think so. Evan Ingram is next on that list, making a cool $13.75 million per year. You don't get 97 receptions, you get 47. You don't get 823 yards, you get 365. You don't get 3 touchdowns, you get 1. Is that worth it? Now, the next sort of value on this list is David Njoku. David Njoku, $13.687 million. Still a lot of money. You don't get 97 receptions, you get 64. You don't get 823 yards, you get 505. You don't get 3 touchdowns, you get 5. I don't trade Travis Kelce for a single other name on this list. The next thing here, draft considerations. This seems to be another season where the Chiefs will be in something of a soft reboot. Offensive tackle is a constant concern for this team. Wide receiver is the focus of constant tumult as well. If you don't believe me, look at the number of names that are here on one-year deals. And can the Chiefs rely on Jalen Watson to be cornerback number 2? Plus, Brett Veach always wants a couple more safeties. It's just what he does. Trey Smith and Nick Bolton are likely to be moving on at offensive guard and middle linebacker. What does the running back situation look like next year? What does the running back situation look like the year after? Do you want to add tight end to this list of positions that have to be addressed? I, for one, do not. You have a tight end. That tight end works fine. Pause. And you don't want to have to add another. Now, if the right value presents itself in the draft, absolutely. This is shaping up to be a surprisingly deep tight end class, but you don't want to have one. And the number 3 consideration here is free agents. The Chiefs always seem to be able to add 1 or 2 quality names from the free agent pool. There are 2 considerations here inside considering free agents. One, having to use one of those spots that you might be able to sign someone with on a tight end would be an absolute drain. There's no way you're replacing Travis Kelce with someone else that's not Travis Kelce. And number 2, and I think this gets undersold in today's NFL, having Travis Kelce on the roster makes more Super Bowls seem inevitable. Once you take Travis Kelce out, it seems less likely that the Chiefs will return to the Super Bowl. Having Travis Kelce is a selling point to free agents that might get you a discount. There are players that might be willing to sign a deal with the Kansas City Chiefs for cheaper, knowing that Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, the greatest combo in the history of the NFL playoffs, is still intact, and more Super Bowls could be on the way. That's all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week, and I hope to have you back for the next one.